Examples. So this is the figure of single-ended low noise amplifier. So this is a single-ended low noise amplifier. You can observe the transistors M1, M2, and M3, LD and L. So bias R bias and source resistance RS and reference RF resistance and CB, and at the output side CL capacitors, that is V. So V out, so V in. So these are the things in case of the single-ended low noise amplifier. So a typical single-ended low noise amplifier might appears as shown in the figure. Cascading transistors M2 is used to reduce the interaction of the tuned output with the tuned input and also reduce the effect of M1 capacitors. So CGD means nothing but drain gate capacitance. The total node capacitance at the drain of M2 resonates with inductance LD, both to increase gain at the center frequency and simultaneously to provide an additional level of highly desirable band pass filtering. So cascading transistors, what is the cascading transistor M2? So M2 is used to reduce the interaction of the tuned output with the tuned input and also reduce the effect of M1's CGD. So CGD is nothing but drain gate capacitance. This is the function of the M2. The total node capacitance at the drain of M2 resonates with the inductance LD to increase the gain. So the total node capacitance at the drain of M2, it can be resonate with the inductance to increase the gain at the center frequency and simultaneously provides the an additional level of high desirable band pass filtering provide చేస్తుంది. So the input and output resonance are commonly set equal. The input and output resonances are commonly set equal to each other, but if desired can be offset from each other to yield a flatter and broader response. Transistor M3 essentially forms a current mirror. So there are three transistors, and transistor M3 it can forms a current mirror with M1, and its width is some small fraction of M1's width to minimize the power overhead of the bias circuit. The current through M3 is set by the current through M3 is set by the supply voltage and the resistance, reference resistance in conjunction with the VGS, that is source gate voltage of transistor M3. The resistor or bias is chosen large enough that its equivalent noise current is small enough to be ignored. So R bias resistance ela we can R bias resistance మనము లార్జ్ గా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో దట్స్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ నాయిస్ కరెంట్ అనేది స్మాల్ గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దట్ మస్ట్ బి ఇగ్నోర్డ్. To complete the biasing, DC blocking capacitors. So what is the function of the capacitor which can allows the AC and the blocks the DC? To complete the biasing, DC blocking capacitor CB, so base capacitors must be present to prevent upsetting the gate to source bias of transistor M1. The value of base capacitance is chosen to have a negligible reactance at a single frequency and is sometimes implemented as an off-chip component depending on the value required and die area constraints. Completing the design require specifications of the DC blocking capacitors, which we will select as 10 picofarad. So we can set the value of the capacitor, blocking capacitor value as 10 picofarad. This value changes the effective series capacitance. So from 0.5 picofarad to 0.4 picofarads, 0.4 picofarads, and thus shift the resonant frequency by an about 2 to 3%. So this series capacitance changes which can, so this blocking capacitance changes the effective series capacitance 0.5 నుంచి 0.54కు చేంజ్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. అది రిజల్టెంట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీని 2 to 3% ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీగా చేంజ్ చేస్తుంది. It changes the resonant frequency by about 2 to 3%. This small deviation is usually tolerable. So this small deviation is tolerable. Tolerable is nothing but the acceptable. So given that uncertainties in component values and model parameters are frequently much larger. So you can observe the diagram, the single-ended low noise amplifier. This is the diagram of. So you can observe the figure 2, that is complete single-ended low noise amplifier. That is the with values. Values are also given for the M1, M2, M3 and the resistors, R bias and the reference resistance and the this one. See base capacitance and the, so this is LD and L. So you can observe the in the diagram, that is R biasing value is 50 ohms and the base capacitance value is 10 picofarads, that is 20 nanohenry. LD is 7 nanohenry, L is 1.4 nanohenry. So that is 500 micrometers, that is 500 micrometers, the base width of the, this is MOS transistors. You can observe the reference resistor value is 1 kilo ohms. So the bias transistor's width and current are arbitrarily chosen as a tenth of that of the main transistor. So bias transistor width మరియు కరెంట్ ఎలా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాడు అంటే మెయిన్ ట్రాన్సిస్టర్లో 10వ భాగంలో సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాడు. ఈవెన్ తో ఏ సింపుల్ రెఫరెన్స్ కరెంట్ source is shown, it may be advantageous to use a constant transconductance bias source to stabilize gain and input impedance over temperature and supply. The gate drain overlap capacitance can reduce the impedance looking into the gate and drain of M1, considerably degrading both noise performance and input match. So gate drain overlap capacitance, it can reduce the impedance value తగ్గిస్తుంది అనమాట, లుకింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద గేట్ అండ్ డ్రైన్ ఆఫ్ M1. ఓకేనా. సో కన్సిడరబుల్లీ డిగ్రేడింగ్ బోత్ ద నాయిస్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అండ్ ఇన్పుట్ మ్యాచ్. సో దానివల్ల ఏమైపోతుంది, మనకు నాయిస్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఇన్పుట్ మ్యాచ్ తగ్గిపోతుంది అనమాట. దేనివల్ల ఈ గేట్ డ్రైన్ ఓవర్లాప్ కెపాసిటెన్స్ అనేది ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇట్ కెన్ రెడ్యూస్ ద ఇంపిడెన్స్. దానివల్ల మనకి ఏమైపోతుందంటే నాయిస్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అండ్ ఇన్పుట్ మ్యాచ్ వాల్యూస్ తగ్గిపోతాయి అనమాట. ద రెసిస్టివ్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ at the given by, that is real part of, that is Zin is equal to omega t ls by 1 plus cgd by cgs, where omega t ante meeku telusu, ls is nothing but source inductance. So 1 plus 2 cgd, cgd is nothing but what, drain gate capacitance, that is cgs means source gate capacitance. So wt is, what is wt, that is the total bandwidth. The degenerating inductance must therefore be increased to compensate. So degenerating inductance ను ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. అప్పుడు మనకి ఏమైపోతుందంటే ఈ నాయిస్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఇన్పుట్ మ్యాచ్, నాయిస్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అండ్ ఇన్పుట్ మ్యాచ్ అనేది ఆ వాల్యూస్ అనేది కాంపెన్సేట్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఏది, డీజనరేటింగ్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ అనేది. సో అనదర్ పొటెన్షియల్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ నాయిస్ ఫిగర్ డిగ్రేడేషన్ is the thermal noise of the substrate. So another potential source of noise performance or noise figure degradation is what, thermal noise at the substrate. So recall that this is epi noise, that is EPI. Okay, epi noise produces a drain noise component whose value is given by IND square substrate, that is drain noise current. RMS value of drain noise current is equal to 4 kT R substrate GMB whole square into delta F by 1 plus omega R substrate CB suffix whole square. That is the equation 2. At frequencies well below the pole frequency of 1 by R substrate, CCB nothing but the K, that is the base capacitance. This extrinsic noise contribution can remain negligible if model parameters satisfy the following inequalities. So, at the frequencies well below the pole frequency, this extrinsic noise contribution can remain negligible if model parameters satisfies the following inequality, that is R substrate less than or equal to 2 times of source resistance. In many technologies, it may be possible to satisfy this inequality comfortably by surrounding the transistor with many substrate contacts. By using a combination of these strategies, it is entirely possible to achieve noise figures below 1 dB in the gigahertz range. So, you can observe the single-ended low noise amplifier and the double-ended, not double-ended, single-ended low noise amplifier and the complete single-ended low noise amplifier. Second one is differential low noise amplifier. So, what is the single-ended low noise architecture? It has at least one important shortcoming, and that is its sensitivity to parasitic ground inductance. So, what is the drawback of the single-ended low noise architecture means it is sensitivity to parasitic ground inductance anamata. So, this can be eliminated by the what? Differential low noise amplifier. There is inevitably a difference in these potentials because there is always some non-zero impedance between the 2 points. So, since 1.4 nanohenry is not a lot of inductance, small amounts of additional parasitic reactance between the two grounds, so can have a large effect on amplifier performance. So there are, you can observe in the figure differential low noise amplifier, there are 3 grounds are there. So at the input side and the output side and the I bias, current bias. So you can observe the 2 grounds can have a large effect on the amplifier performance. Since 1.4 nanohenry is not a lot of inductance, small amounts of additional parasitic reactance between the 2 grounds can have a large effect on the amplifier performance. So, from the figure 1, the source degenerating inductances return to a virtual ground. Any parasitic reactance in series with the bias current source is largely irrelevant. The real part of the input impedance is controlled by source inductance. Another important attribute of the difference connection is, of course, its ability to reject the common mode disturbances. This consideration is particularly important in mixed signal applications where both the supply and substrate voltages may be noisy. To minimize common mode reaction at high frequencies, it is critically important for the layout to be absolutely as symmetrical as possible. It is important to keep in mind that for equal total power consumption, the noise figure of this amplifier is higher than its single-ended counterpart. So, in case of this one, in case of differential amplifier, the noise figure of this amplifier is higher than the single-ended low noise amplifier. Once again, I can explain. So, what is meant by single-ended low noise amplifier? Single-ended low noise amplifier is nothing but cascading. A typical single-ended low noise amplifier might appear as shown in figure. So, already I explained about the low noise amplifier. What is meant by low noise amplifier? Which allows only low noise. It cannot add too much noise and its own. This is the low noise amplifier. Cascading single-ended low noise amplifier having the transistors, 3 transistors are having. Cascading transistors M2. It is, what is the function of the cascading transistor M2? It is used to reduce the interaction of the tuned output with the tuned input and also reduce the M1 capacitor, drain to gate capacitor. This is the function of the M2. So, the total node capacitance at the drain of M2 resonates with the inductance LD. both to increase the gain at the center frequency and simultaneously to provide an additional level of high desirable band pass filtering. So M2 the total node capacitance at the drain of M2 అంటే M2 ట్రాన్సిస్టర్ దగ్గర డ్రైన్ కెపాసిటెన్స్ అది ఎల్డితో అంటే ఇండక్టెన్స్ డ్రైన్ ఇండక్టెన్స్తో రిజోనేట్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు? టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద గెయిన్ అట్ ద సెంటర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ప్రొవైడ్స్ ద అడిషనల్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ హై డిజైరబుల్ బ్యాండ్ పాస్ ఫిల్టరింగ్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. హై డిజైరబుల్ బ్యాండ్ పాస్ ఫిల్టరింగ్ ఎందుకు ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది? టు పాస్ ద సిగ్నల్ టు ద అవుట్పుట్ ఈజీలీ. నెక్స్ట్ the input and output resonates are commonly set equal to each other, but if desired can be offset from each other to yield a flatter and broader response. Transistor M3 is essentially forms a current mirror with M1 and its width is small fraction of M1's width to minimize the power overhead of the bias circuit. You can observe the what is the function of the transistor M3 అయిపోయింది. మరి ఎవరో కంట్రోల్ మీ కంట్రోల్లోకి తీసుకుంటున్నారు. మా స్టాప్ చేయండి, స్లైడ్స్ కూడా కనపడడం లేదు.